Hello YouTube, this is Furry Heaven and we are going to discuss furries on this topic today.
Sweet, starting out with something controversial that, people are super undecisive about. Nice.
Well, maybe we'll give
Good
them
choice.
a little bit of insight into the world of furries, because everybody seems to think like we're just straight up like bestiality fanatics, and we're not.
Well, that's about 10% of our community, though. 10% of it. The 90% is okay.
That's what I was going to say, but, I didn't actually want to say that.
There's people who aren't in the furry community that are that way as well.
Oh, for sure, but like...
Definitely. That's why I said 10% of us. The 90% of, well, technically 15%. The rest of us were okay. We're on the verge.
We're just a group of... There's a difference between fursuiters and mersuiters. Like, people think, like, people in fursuiters, like, just want to have sex, but the specific suits for that, there's a difference between the two.
Jesus Christ, not again.
Oh.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Off to a fantastic start, we're all so conversational, aren't we? Which is great.
Sorry, my guinea pig was trying to eat itself.
Wait, what? You're
Listen.
What is trying to eat itself?
My guinea pig.
Okay, that's not what I heard the first time.
Good luck with that. I don't know how to stop a guinea pig from eating itself, but I mean, I feel like you should attempt to stop it somehow, right?
Probably.
I'm just gonna watch it and see what happens.
Well, just don't put it in a stew and you will be fine.
I'll put it on a shish kebab instead.
But
that hurts way more.
We here at Furry Heaven do not
condone animal violence. Yeah.
Yes.
No, please don't hurt your animals.
It's PETA. PETA condones it.
No, PETA doesn't like animal abuse. But however, they're willing to kill domesticated pets. Like, steal them out of people's yards and kill them. PETA is more controversial than we are.
Got any questions?
That's a fair point.
I say, Lois is my point.
This group chat is very chatty today.
I mean, there's like 4 of us, and I don't know what the hell to say. And like,
here,
I will curb my swearing here, and I'm gonna say heckin'.
I'm
sorry, that's where I'm fighting not to swear.
Swearing's okay, just don't go crazy. So, we'll start with Brandon here. Explain your persona.
Well, I mean, my persona is, for lack of better words, a big black bull with military clothing because I myself is currently serving in the U.S. military. I mean, there's not much else to go on to that. I've never really built too much upon that.
Lily, you have a lot more explaining to do with yours.
What? No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
You're a shark.
And it's naked, and sometimes I choose to be a shark. I don't know what else you want to say about that.
No,
like,
what is this? You often say in our kit group, happy shark noises. What are those?
Okay, so sharks don't technically have vocal cords, but I mean, like, how do you express joy or happiness when something doesn't technically make noises? Well, you pretend they make noises, right? So inaudible, happy shark noises. Nah.
What do you think these noises sound like? Like, do your happy shark noise?
I can't go that high pitch because I imagine like it can't be heard in like a normal vocal range. So
it's almost kind of like echolocation, kind of.
Yeah, I imagine it to be like whale-like, but like not nearly as deep. Like whale calls, but like not as deep, like more on the high end of like the whale noises. But I don't know, I'm making shit up.
And you were actually not a lot of us know about your whole persona yet, so explain.
Who are we talking to?
You.
Oh crap!
Congrats.
I was looking at pictures. I was really into looking at these pictures.
You're on a podcast, so talking to the microphone instead.
So, what's
our microphone is out across the room.
Right. What's your persona?
I am a furry fox. I'm very new to the community, so I'm still learning more down the path. I've become one with the Foxinism.
Foxinism?
My new word of the day.
Sounds like something really, really dirty that like I don't personally want to know about. Like,
And I
I
myself.
don't know how I feel about that.
Hey, stop eating yourself a little bit.
Whoa.
I said big.
Ow.
And I myself am a red and black cat who likes piercings. So.
And chokers. I mean, not chokers. What are they called? Collars. Sorry.
No, I don't like collars either. I like chokers.
Nope, that's better.
What colors are way more fun? What are you talking about?
Well, okay, this is taking a turn for the worse. Let's not go down that path.
Let's not. If we go down that path, we're not getting demonetized.
And not like.
We are only proving the stereotypes.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm
We're
going
just
to plead the fifth on this one.
Welcome to international waters. There's no fifth.
No, there is a fifth. We all plead the fifth, so don't go down that path of your personal life.
I don't plead the fifth.
We all plead the fifth.
It's America.
Drink to the fifth?
What?
I'll drink the fifth.
No.
Raven's gonna kill us. Hey,
Probably.
can you stop eating yourself?
That would be very debatable.
Oh, that's not your litter. That's not your egg. Here.
Oh God, the crunching! Please stop.
Sorry, that was not me.
So
It was.
The guinea pig. He took the bag.
Stop.
Back to our topic of discussion, the furry community.
We had a topic.
Jesus.
Okay. Whew, sorry. Things went wrong in 2 seconds.
The furry community is very misunderstood on the level of everyone thinking like we're a bunch of sex fiends and that's really all we're there for. But if you go into like the cons and stuff, it's people having a fun time in the fursuits, and parents will bring their kids. Like,
wait, what?
Parents.
Oh,
I've not heard of that.
Let's not get into that topic, because that can be misconstrued in so many different ways.
Well, no,
Yeah, but that's a lot of things you talk about.
The kids like to see the furries, the people in the mascot suits.
Well,
I mean,
that's
fair.
the thing is, kids at that age, they don't understand. I don't want to say.
They don't understand the community yet, or what's going on in life.
We're not a messed up community. We're just a bunch.
We're just misunderstood. We're more misunderstood.
We may be people on the outside, but we feel like we're something else on the inside. And if anyone out there identifies as a chair or some other piece of furniture, we will
Actually,
you.
I know one person that identifies as a mattress and died eating a mattress.
Oh,
How would
excuse
you
me,
even
what?
begin at eating a mattress?
Okay,
Go to My Strange Addictions and search up mattress lady. There's a lady that eats whole mattresses.
See, in my opinion, it starts with a nice marinade and ends with grilling over an open fire, and then I think you'd be able to eat the mattress pretty effectively. You know, like a really good like deep steak marinade. You know, I think, or you tried like slow roasting it, like you would like over a spit. I'm sure you could get the mattress to fall off the springs, and it would be pretty tasty.
Wouldn't it
Delicious.
burn off the springs?
Yeah, right. Because meat falls off the bone, right? So I imagine like the springs being the bones, and like the mattress would just like fall off the springs.
This mattress.
Oh, I imagine they wouldn't buy like a brand new $2,000 mattress. I imagine they just find them on the street. You know, like when people like donate their old mattresses and stuff, and they just grab them off the sidewalk, throw them in the back of the pickup truck, and
from
drive
your
off.
mattress with whatever dust mites and fleas are inside mattress.
Well, see, that's why you cook it first.
But the bugs are still going to be there, like.
But if you cook it, it makes it safe. You kill off all the bacteria. I mean, you can eat crickets after you've popped them like popcorn in a pot. I mean,
it's just extra protein at that point, right?
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
And
Hey,
then
I don't know if this is
the
allowed.
mattress becomes a balanced nutritional meal at that point, right? Just throw in a few beets and some carrots, and
Sounds like a good
pretty
stew.
balanced to me.
Where are you getting your fruits? And
Hey, I don't know if this is allowed in the midst of YouTube, but this is a sponsorship by Coca-Cola Orange.
No.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Flag. Please never do that again. We'll get flagged, and Coke will just play with our nether regions for all of eternity. Please don't do that again.
Oh God, my computer just decided to kill itself.
Ooh, fun.
we are debating on killing you, Ben, right now.
Please do. Drown me in a bunch of... Never mind, I can't say that word.
Oh, yeah, please. Oh.
Which one were you thinking I'm talking
break
about?
stereotypes here. So, like...
Yeah, we're trying to debunk these, and we're only further making them worse.
Yeah.
Well, that's because we're just not normal. By any sort of means.
What is the
it depends
definition
what...
of normal
Yeah.
in cases
What
of
is the
people?
definition of normal?
You can't give that definition because normality is an illusion in and out of itself.
Exactly. So I think you need to zip that upper lip of yours and just move on.
If normality, like you take it as thing, that would be boring. Everybody being the same.
Oh,
have you ever been with those like people and you're just in a room and they all talk about the same thing? And you're like, you're hipsters. You're supposed to be unique, but you all look the same.
Remember the episode from SpongeBob?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
SpongeBob becomes normal.
Oh my God, I hated that episode.
Like no holes or nothing
episodes
or something like that. And he's got brown pants instead of square pants.
I'm more the factor. Most people follow the society. They stick to the social society. But people like to divert off of it, and that's where different groups appear from. Because everybody wants to be who they really want to be.
That's how we get furries. We don't want to conform to people's crap.
We conform to our own society of how we feel inside.
Well, even then, we all have our own differences.
Yeah.
Like I'm a Mexican. We got I don't know what the race is technically for everybody else is now.
Pure white Canadian.
Yeah.
I know that sounds bad, but like I'm as white as a bank of snow. It's kind of embarrassing, actually. Like I go outside in the middle of the winter and it's like natural camouflage. It's a little weird.
Did you say ghost white or Snow White?
Like Snow White, like a snowbank.
See, literally Snow White and Canadian. Here I am, Irish and British. Burn like no other.
I don't burn though. I'm really happy about that. I got some good genetics from my dad, and I don't burn.
I roast.
Great.
See, thankfully, I burned once, and then I just darkened from there on.
Yeah, right. It's so nice, isn't it?
Can someone post a better picture in the group chat? Because all I'm seeing is this creepy man.
See, that's your own doing.
Yeah, so I was hoping someone's going to change it.
There you go.
Much better.
Okay, there.
Oh, that's much better.
You could change
So, what questions are we trying to answer right now? Is there any questions that we're answering?
We are just discussing furries and debunking everything.
See, I feel like this
only proceeded to make worse.
I feel like this is why you need like a Twitter feed or like a Reddit AMA, so you can just like scroll down the list and then like talk about everything for 5 minutes.
We should put
completely unscripted is just not. It's not good.
I made this live because it's just recording.
No.
I think recording is probably your best bet because you can at least edit and skip spots that are off the beaten trail and keep
things that get a little bit racy.
I'd say, buh.
No, because I'm not planning on sitting through however long this is.
You know, that's fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
You guys screw up, I blame you.
What?
Guys,
so you're the host, so you're immune to criticism?
Just to make this chat a little better.
Wait,
Me? Screw up? I know nothing what you could possibly be
what are you talking about? I'm a perfect human being over here.
Watch my guinea pig still commit cannibalism. This is fun.
You're a furry. You're not a human being.
I'm wrong with that. I'm a fox inside.
What are you laughing about now?
Anything, everything. Am I not allowed to laugh?
No.
And are we like
Can't find
in a prison here? Are we trapped in this room forever with you? Do we have to produce content for you until you make money? Are we trapped?
Yes.
Sucking the YouTube's D.
This is purely for the focus group. Like, this is for everyone. I'm not gonna make anything off of this.
I'm just gonna say, if we ever
For
play
now.
a game that's gonna be inducing a rage, I will say the F word several times of irritation. Like golfing with friends, I probably would say the F word.
No,
As hell.
yep, that'd be me as well.
Next thing you hear is, "Bah!"
So much for talking about furries. We've kind of gone to roasting
right?
mattresses.
Yeah. Let's dial it back to what we were supposed to be talking about here.
No, we went from furries, mattresses, again gaming, and then furries again.
Furry mattresses.
Please, no.
It's going
That could be
swell.
interesting.
No.
Let's just get everybody to lay down on a box spring, and someone lay on top, and let's see how this goes.
I don't have a box spring.
Holy shizzle. How did I find this?
Can I call not being the one laying on the box spring?
No.
Can I be the box spring?
Damn.
No one's a box spring. Furries are mattresses. So you all make up the mattress.
Oh.
Hell,
Ow.
So we all
Painful.
just like lay
I've got a
across.
bad back. I can't do that.
We all just lay across the box spring and have someone lay on top and see how that goes. Now that will get interesting. All of us are different sizes. So
That'd be
Like,
interesting.
I'm like a skinny little twig over here. What are you?
all you're gonna hear in the middle of the night, all you're gonna hear is the noise of my
Right?
back.
Like, I've already hurt my back working. Like, I can't, like,
I
support
think
the
you're
weight of,
skinniest
like-
one in the group, Lily.
probably.
Does anyone know how to change my picture
On what?
on Discord?
This,
I'll change mine on.
this is
I
like a
did it the other
recording. This
day.
is, like, not the time to, like, ask
How did I
questions
do
like that.
Oh, sorry. It's been
Figure it
bugging
out.
me.
Go into your settings. Figure it out.
Okay.
Look it
Can
up on
someone ask a
Google.
question? Is there a question that we're going to be answering?
We were just trying to debunk furries, but
All right. Start.
Yes.
Give us some more stuff to attempt to debunk.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
we're just
you're the
learning the
hostess with the
mattress.
mostest right now. You got to give us the questions.
There you
Oh,
go.
my
My
God.
picture's changed.
are we all a bunch of sex addicts?
Or at least
I
I'm not.
would prefer not to answer that question, but I'm gonna
No,
anyway and say sometimes.
I have no answer to this.
No, to go along with that, are other people like non-furries? Can they be sex addicts?
Absolutely,
Well, yeah.
absolutely. Have you seen Florida Man?
Have you seen my next door neighbor?
Well, no,
No.
that would be creepy, and the NSA would be knocking on your door.
She has a different person every day.
How many kids does she have?
She has about 4 or 6 right now, I believe, if I keep track of everything.
Whew.
See, it's not necessarily the furries who are rabbits that reproduce like rabbits. It's the humans that act like rabbits.
Dude, I can hear them at night, and it's not fun. Just trying to sleep at night when you're hearing that.
Oh, it's called earplugs.
Yeah, I listen to music now, and then she starts pounding on the wall.
That's the good
But
solution,
I don't think
right?
I don't think she's pounding on the wall.
I
Just
think it's the
crank AC/DC's Back in Black way too loud. It'll be fine.
I'm over here playing with my avatar. Because no one has asked me a question yet, and I'm just sitting here waiting for something.
Well,
Well,
just
no,
general
we
group
just had that
question.
one asked. All right, next question. Or next debunking thing.
Can you stop eating yourself?
No,
Do furries have to have a fursuit?
no, because I absolutely don't, and I don't think I ever. Because like they're super
calm
hot
down.
and stifling.
Well,
Calm
that,
down.
especially a
definitely don't
decent
want
one, is expensive as all hell.
Right. I'm not dropping the $3,000 on a suit that can't get wet.
No,
There's
There's a lot of things that can't get wet.
fursuits are
Oh, Jesus.
are expensive. Like 3,000 can just be a drop in the bucket if you want a good one.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Why would I would rather spend the money on like music production or like a cool car or
Oh,
improving my life in some way other than having a suit that like in all honesty are pretty fragile most of the time.
And even then, a lot of times people only use those suits every so often. It's not like
Yeah,
a constant use thing.
They use them for cons. They get so hot. The giant mascot uniforms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
so
I would rather spend the money on something else and like improve my well-being over over that, because I mean, like, they're cool and they always look nice, but the practical applications aren't really there for me personally. Like, I'd rather just buy some like cute little paws or something. Like, why would I buy a whole suit?
So, is being a furry just a sexual fetish?
No.
I mean, I imagine for some
Really?
people it is. It's not for me, but have you seen Tumblr before? You know, they removed all of that. We're gonna call it illegal content.
It's called gifting.
No, I just looked this up. One of the most asked questions for furries. Are furries the same as bronies?
Wait,
What?
I don't know. No.
Technically, yes, and technically, no.
No, we're not. Like, I don't like My Little Pony. Does anyone here like My Little Pony?
No.
No.
So,
I heard that pause. Excuse me?
Wait,
Speak
who
up.
paused?
what kind of people are furries? Everyone.
Anyone.
Anyone can be a furry.
Yeah.
Your grandma could be a furry.
Well,
Being a furry is not like being a certain kind of person. It's just anyone and everyone can be a furry. It's just having a different mindset than
Yeah,
some
I was about
people.
to say
That's
the same
all
thing.
it is.
I think it's a state of mind over like an actual.
well,
Like, it's not like, oh, you're an INF and that means you're a furry or you're more likely to be one, or
just
That's
within
how
our
it
kit
works.
group, we have people from a few different countries, all kinds of orientations. We've got
The
Chinese.
Chinese love it.
So it really can be anyone. Like, it doesn't matter your background.
Yeah, it just I think it does depend on like internet access though. So I feel like if you don't have internet access, you can't like
You have to be more exposed.
exactly, right? I just if you don't have like an internet access or you don't see other people out in public doing this, I think like you end up not experiencing it and therefore you can't explore it or look at it or decide whether or not it's for you. So I think an internet connection is really important to, you know, generating that feeling or compassion for this.
You know, I've noticed a lot of people who look at dragons think they're part of the furry community.
They're scalies.
Yeah, they're scalies.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all awesome people, and like you know,
yeah.
they're all part of this. I would say like it's like one big whole community thing, and then there's like subdivisions, right? So
Yeah, it's like one general genre.
in
then
the end, if I meet someone
subcategories.
who's a scaly, I'm still gonna think they're fucking awesome, right? Like, who cares,
Yeah.
right?
Then there's another one like, where can I get a fursuit? Those
Yeah,
have to be.
don't ask me.
You can either you have to make one yourself or spend a shit ton of money to get it made.
Etsy.
Yeah,
If it's a question, it's always Etsy is the answer. It's always Etsy. You name it, it's on
You
there.
could probably find someone who would do it on Etsy, but even if you do it yourself, you're going to be spending thousands of dollars anyway for fabric.
Yeah, and then you're also gonna have to like buy a sewing machine because there's no way you're doing that by hand.
No. So if you
You
don't,
gotta find a dry cleaner that actually will clean it.
you air it out.
Yeah, you can't dry clean that. What are you, crazy?
Where can I find furry publications / comics? Anywhere on the internet.
all you got to do is Google it and know the right terms.
The way I found this group was on a site that was not appropriate for kids.
Excuse me.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was just stumbling through all the Facebook pages. Then I found a site that let me. Then I found a way to get into. I found this group. It was not a safe journey.
You got to hear via Facebook?
No, not via Facebook. Not via Facebook.
So, are you attracted to a specific species of furries, or do you like them all?
I like most of them.
I'm not saying that all depends on the
like,
person.
Creepy.
I mean, I'm pretty okay with that. I don't like horses. I'm sorry.
Really?
It's just weird for me.
Oh no, I just find that interesting. That's all. I didn't know that.
So if Tycho is like trying to flirt, that's a little off-putting.
I don't think I've seen Tycho in the group chat for a long time.
Well, he is a great guy. It's like it's the persona.
Yeah.
If he didn't have a
I-
picture
Yeah.
of his persona staring back at me, it'd be okay.
I can't
Well, I
remember
mean,
which
it's
ones
just
I
like you
find
look at
creepy.
personas, and there's a lot of people tend to lean towards certain ones, and then you'll find the oddball ones here and there.
Okay, so do you only do your visionish to human photos, or only cartoon furry photos?
Can I select all of the above? Is
Yes,
that an
guys.
option?
I'll select all
say
of
yes.
them.
Yeah.
Like, why be limited,
D,
right?
all
Like,
the above.
like, I've got a partner who's human. I still find them attractive. So, I mean, like,
Do you prefer
I don't know.
furries over humans? Look-wise, no.
No.
There are some
I
ugly like
think
fursuits out there, but like
right?
the people who wear them, gorgeous.
I think like personally in terms of like hand drawn stuff, it depends on the artist. Honestly, like there are some artists out there who make some freaking gorgeous drawings, right?
Oh yeah.
And then there's these people who can't like draw hands, and I'm one of those people who can't draw hands.
Oh,
I can't draw at all.
But right, like you don't find those visually attractive, right? As opposed to someone who's been drawing for like 10 years.
I just wish I can draw.
which that's gonna come up with the furry commissions alone. Like those can be so expensive. So you've got to do a lot of looking
Yeah.
to find someone like really good, someone we can
Yeah.
afford to draw your furry. Which I found one and spread them around group. We actually have one of our group members that are really good at it.
Yeah.
So, do you enjoy being furries?
Yeah.
I do.
It's fun. It's kind of spilled out into like what I'm gonna call like real life.
No,
As for
So
me,
like
I mean,
it
honestly,
used to be
playing-
pretty like secular. Like I would only do it online, and then now it's kind of like slowly taking over. It's a little scary.
well
I'm
then
not gonna lie.
you don't see us walking around going yeah for huff, or just like all those.
I don't think anyone's gonna go down the street and start gifting. Well, I wouldn't say never, because there's some people that will.
I mean,
Hey,
like I bark, but like
Can
it's
I
because
not
it's
be
cute.
a furry? Can I not be a furry and still like it? Yeah.
yeah.
There's quite a few people who aren't furries, but they like to look at it. Like it's cool to them.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
and I
just
mean,
like
there's-
what you were saying, Raven. The artwork alone by some people is absolutely gorgeous, depending on who the artist is. You can like artwork, but not like furry. I mean, yeah.
Why do people hate furries?
no,
well,
that
Because
I
they think we're
comes down
fucking
to
animals.
You look
No.
up. You look up.
I think it comes down to
images,
ignorance, like not truly going out of your way to understand something.
Yep.
look up images of furries, and the first thing that comes up is porn.
Well,
yeah.
yeah, that's Rule 34. If it exists, there's porn of it. It just happens.
If
Like,
it exists, it's gonna happen. It's nonetheless.
It's
Rule
just
34 takes everything.
right.
Even
it's
children.
just how it is. Oh, I would have said that.
Unfortunately,
It's the natural life and community. Jesus will one day take our souls.
But
Actually-
people are always scared of things that they don't understand, right?
Yep.
of course.
And fear mongering is real. And like, I'm just gonna like blanket all like news stations kind of together, and that's how they get their views, right? So if they go,
Yeah,
there's
that's
this
the
new
whole
group
mob
out
mentality.
there, and they're taking your children tonight at 5. You're gonna tune in at 5, aren't you?
Yeah, it's setting the whole mob mentality kind of ordeal.
I wouldn't call it mob mentality, but I would.
I wouldn't
definitely
watch it.
consider
Just let my kid-
fear mongering.
If I ever had a kid, I'd just let him choose what he wants to do, or she, or he, she, or whatever.
Just
whatever
go
he
with
chooses.
it.
That
Yeah, it.
Roy, that problem is an issue in a lot of communities because a lot of parents will disown gay children, and I haven't seen
Yeah.
that much with the furry community, but most people keep it away from their parents. But whether
Yeah,
it's a problem
for
with
sure.
the gay community, I'm sure if people like openly went out and started saying, "Hey, I'm a furry," there would be something going on there.
I mean, my mom beat me upside the head, but
When you said you were a furry,
Hey,
I've
When
not
you-
told her.
when you came out,
hey, quick question.
yes.
Can I say this in chat? Look, I'm going to send it first because the first time I told my friend, I lost a friend because I told him, and then he called me this.
Probably a wise decision to send in the chat first.
No. Why
No.
would you even like pretend to think that that's okay to say?
That's not okay.
That's
Society.
But yes, just
No, don't say it.
Yeah, no.
Don't.
You guys, we don't want to say what he said, but just so you know, just because you're a furry does not mean you're gay. You
Yeah,
don't
No.
have to be gay to be a furry.
there's a very small section of like what I would call like cis people who are furries. It's not very common.
No.
They exist.
Look,
Right.
Brandon, what you're straight, if not bisexual.
Yeah, I'm straight.
So there we go.
Right. Hey. But it's kind of rare to see that, right?
Yes, very
It's
much
like more
so.
common you see people who are bi or
In
anywhere along that.
in our group alone, I've seen more trans than I have.
Actually, that's a
straight.
fair point.
Because it's
That's a
you,
fair point. Yes,
Danny,
it's
and
me.
Alice right there. There's three.
Yeah.
How did they find? Sorry, I was looking at something.
And there's, I think I'm the only lesbian. Not lesbian. No, well, almost. It takes a lot for me to like a guy. So.
Yeah. All right. With that dead silence and awkward ending to that conversation, let's go on with the next question, Raven.
How did you discover your persona?
Oh, Lord.
Oh God.
That's how I feel about that question.
Who wants to go first?
I'm going to go with Raven.
I'm fine with that.
Okay,
I vote the host goes first.
Yeah.
I just kind of. It was a long process, really. Like, just kind of thinking about it is like, okay, I know I'm this, but what would I look like? And I just kind of took my styles and my favorite colors, and the body type, and like I took it just took time to do that, and I over time built my persona. So.
Well, I guess I'll go second.
Sure.
Well, mine started a long time ago when watching old cartoon shows where there were always some promiscuous and furries into it, And later down the road, I found out that I feel more of a foxy side to myself than any animal. I don't feel much as to be me. I feel like being a fox, and it's a natural course to me. Over the years, cartoons have ruined and made me learn more about myself in years to come.
I love how he said foxy side.
You gonna judge my foxy side?
No one's judging here. None of us have a right to judge.
Nope.
Yeah.
Lily?
Well, should the government? Oh, wait. Sorry.
I guess I'm going next. Well, being trans, I always wanted to have like an image, so to speak, of how I wanted to view myself when I'm considered complete. So, the ideal body and stuff like that. So it started out as that, and then through some, we'll call it unavoidable Googling, I came upon not specifically our kit group, but another group, which I can't remember the name to anymore because it's been, oh my, it's been too many years. But so through that, I decided that I was going to try a persona, which started out as a fox and has now evolved into a couple of other things. But I just went through and I looked at personality traits and things like that of what specific species act like in the particular communities, and I found the one that lined up with the way I see myself, which in my case is a fox, and that's how that happened.
Brandon?
Well, crap. Okay. Yep, my turn. Okay, so let me think here. Yeah, so mine kind of started off as simple as kind of like what one of the others were saying, watching cartoons. What was this? Pokemon for me. I always thought, how cool would it be to be, Onyx or Gyarados or something like that, And then as I grew up, I always liked studying about dinosaurs and animals, and I kept thinking, I wish I had these attributes. I wish I looked like this, that, and the other. And then growing up, as I got older, I started putting two and two together. I live out here in the country in the middle of nowhere. People tend to tell me I'm a little bullheaded and everything, and eventually I just kind of led up to it, and I'm bull.
So just a quick question, Brandon. Why not Magikarp?
What?
2, 3,
Why not
4,
Magikarp?
5, 6, 7. Actually, it's more Bidoof. Bidoof is better.
All I could think of is the games and only being able to use the move Splash up until like level 20. That's my only thought for that.
Plus Splash.
So I'm gonna let someone else ask the next question. I'm trying to work out a foot cramp.
Oh, I have.
I do have a second persona, but I have not gone deep into my second one.
So
I have a second one, but I don't go as deep into that one instead of my Fox side. I have two different sides.
So can someone ask the next question while I work out this foot cramp?
Lovely image. I don't know what question I would ask. I'm infinitely bad at asking questions on the spot.
That's one of those I would have to pull up stuff or something to look at,
Right?
like those questions people tend to ask.
Oh, that's what
Or
what age did you start thinking that you're a furry?
Oh,
there you go.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna date myself and say 17.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to say 12 or 13.
I'm gonna have to go with mid-teens, 16, 17.
Yeah, I'd say probably around that same ballpark. Because, younger, I just thought I wanted to be something, but then it wasn't until I was older and started seeing some of that stuff that I was like, I am this, or I see myself as this. You know what I mean?
That kind of stuff really didn't come about until we were about that age, because I'm 24.
I had a really messed up childhood, so my childhood really knew about some stuff. Ugh. Before in my childhood, I was a bunny, but now I'm a fox. Or two personas. I don't know why a bunny.
Rabbits.
Yes, I don't know what two thing. I think I like the predatorial towards it, and then I just thought of the what do you call that movie that just came out, Zootopia. That literally just popped in my head thinking of that.
That is the Furry Community movie.
Yeah,
but even if you don't think of it that way, it's still an excellent movie. Like the characters are written really so well, and the animation is really.
And then you got that joke in the middle of it. We might be dumb, but we know how to multiply.
That's not even the best joke in that film.
No, it's not. It's not compared to anything else.
Like there's so many subtle hints to so many like pop culture references in that one. Like my favorite scene is when they're running through like little rodentia, and it's just the fluid motion of that the weasel. I think he's a weasel. Oh yeah, because she said I popped the weasel.
Lily.
So like the weasel, the way like the animation flows around all of the objects, it's really well done actually.
Lily, what do you call the three-humped camel?
Pregnant.
Dang it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you can't catch.
Does anyone know what animal that is?
What?
It's a fennec fox.
They're very cute.
Actually, I got to see a bunch of those while I was on my deployment.
I would love to go see them.
I was so confused why they were all over base. Been at that place 3 times, and this was the only time that they were all over the base.
They're looking for somewhere to eat.
Oh, they definitely found a place to find stuff to eat. That's for damn sure.
And the Fox Starbucks.
Okay, so I looked it up, and it was things in Zootopia you missed. It's very quick, but in the beginning when she's like scrolling through her playlist, you get like a quick glimpse. The Disney songs were putting the an animal twist, and people found it said, "Let it goat, part of your wool, Arab Bunny Nights, like Arabian Nights.
Yeah, that is awesome. I'm gonna have to go watch that again.
I'm just scrolling through like stuff people miss in Zootopia.
Oh, that Zootopia movie was cool. There was only one fox in that.
Okay,
Well, two
there was
foxes.
also when Judy was the artists. They had the fur fighters, guns and rodents.
You know that during that movie they had a sexy antelope, or what was it called? That looked like Madonna. Shakira, there we go.
And then okay, there was also Hyena Gomez, Canine Rex, Mick Jaguar.
I love that.
Oh. It also mentions the stores here. Ads were included Macy's, aka Macy's, Target, aka Target, Prada, aka Prada, and then just Zoo It, and Lululemons.
Nike.
Question: does anyone know what a dongo is?
A dingo?
Dongo.
No, I have no idea.
Okay, then never mind. This is not going to be convenient enough.
Oh, what's your favorite joke in Zootopia? I like the whole elephant in the room thing.
I have to agree with you on that one.
That was a good one because there was actually an elephant in the room.
Yeah.
This group chat just died again.
Huh? What died?
Yeah, I genuinely don't know what to ask over here, you know?
What's your favorite animals?
Which I believe that should be quite obvious.
You're a shark.
And a fox. Mostly a
fox. We're both from the same. I like how I'm the polar opposite. I'm a fox and a bunny, but that's polar opposites right there.
Predator and prey.
Yep. McDonald's.
What?
Wait.
What?
No, please. Like, you can't do references to businesses like that because the YouTube algorithm will get us.
That wasn't
you can't do that.
Is YouTube getting really that advanced now?
Yeah. It can do humming quite easily.
Yeah. I have not been paying attention to YouTube lately.
Let me say this. People have gotten copyrighted for music that they've made in the past.
Yeah.
How is that even physically possible? So you're copyrighting me of my music for the past time.
Because you were a different person back then when you made it than you are right now.
That's retarded.
Hey, we do not condone the use of that word.
Yeah.
Special.
I like to use the word interesting.
There you go.
Introverting.
Can you guys think of any more furry related stuff?
I have one right here.
Can we talk about YouTube next?
Do furries actually think they're animals?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yes, I can agree.
I would say I do a little bit.
If we're in like a persona mood, then heck yeah. But if we're at a day job or something, it's like, oh, we've got to be people.
Obviously not. You're not going to run up into your job at like McDonald's and start like glowing. I mean, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's all too. We all know a time and a place. Like, there's a time and place for anything. But even then, during that time where we kind of think we are, it's only to a certain degree.
Technically, I can do it at one of my jobs because I walk dogs for a living. So technically, I can fit in.
That whole not acting like an animal at work, it's kind of like people spitting in your in your food at the fast food restaurants. And
I hate people doing that.
Yeah, you don't just see this one person. The persona's a camel, so they're leaking in the food.
Gross.
See, some people put on a fake face while at work, but once they're off work, they be who they are with who they really are.
I don't know. I've smacked a few people.
I probably was next on too.
But like, I've got a serious sexual harassment problem at work, so yeah, I
I
saw
have
it.
people tell me to shove things in places that don't need to be shoved.
Do we have any other furry topics?
I don't
I
know.
trying to
definitely
find some, okay? I keep finding pretty much questions that we've already kind of answered.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
looking
looking
here.
them up because I didn't know.
Have you ever? No, that's not a question. I don't think that's what question you want to hear. It's about furry. I can tell you that.
I'm trying to avoid saying set in words.
Same here.
Well,
Yeah.
so
Kinda hard.
I have one right here, but I mean, it really doesn't apply to anyone in our group except for maybe Fireline, and that's why do furry fans wear furs? And it's like, I don't know.
Like, why do they wear the suit?
I think
Yeah, the question states, why do furry fans wear fursuits?
that
I think it's to be
Alice,
more
that's not
connected.
that's not just a Fireline thing. Fireline actually purchased that from a friend. It's just to be more us and express ourselves. Alice has a tail and an ear she had made for her persona. I think a couple others do too. Rom had, I think, a partial suit,
Yeah.
but she's
Yeah,
been long gone.
I think it's just because you want to be more connected to that particular part of your identity, right?
It allows
So I
you to
imagine,
express yourself in a way you normally can't.
yeah.
So we're not freaks per se.
Yeah.
Not to the degree that people think we are.
Or domestic girlfriend.
A lot of people just take it over the top.
This is true.
Yeah.
So do we have anything else we want to talk about fairy wise?
Okay, so I feel like for next time we should like each
Talk crap about
prepare like
YouTube?
a set of questions or something, and
Yeah,
like
I'm gonna
it would
do
end
some-
better for this.
Yeah.
It would have went a lot. I think it would have been one smoother if we had the questions to answer off. But at this point, where we have no set guidelines, we just went all over the place. Like
Yeah,
we went from furry, eating a
roasting
mattress.
mattresses.
Oh, you mean stewing them?
No, it was
No,
roasting.
I said like putting it on a spit and marinating it.
I would smoke my bed.
But technically, isn't it already kind of marinated? Just not the kind of marinade you want to think about.
Ew.
Why would you make me
It's
think?
fully marinated if you think of it.
Depends on what kind of dream you had last night.
Oh God.
Just
So can I ask a question? Who was the big thought of someone thinking about where milk come from? Someone had to go suck on those udders or pull on those udders.
Where
What?
did that come from?
I don't know. I just started thinking about milk and where it came from. Can someone answer that question?
This
Oh.
isn't
Stop.
helping the
No.
situation of people thinking we're freaks.
Stop. Just
I'm just asking where milk come from. Because do you ever think of it? Who's just in the right mind to just
lactating
think of
mammals. That's where milk comes from.
Yeah, someone had to think of that.
Chances are someone saw a mother feeding her babies.
And it's like,
So yeah, I guess that's a great question to end on. Let's not go any further than that. I'm a little worried.
let's not. We can get more deep into it, but not right now.
No. So this has been Raven, Brandon, Lily, and Ray. Ray had also joined us on our D&D game. If you haven't watched that, I suggest watching that. Have a great evening, morning, wherever you are. Just have a great day.